Welcome to the world united. Welcome to the world united.
I think there are just so many topics that not for 15 minutes, but for weeks, because they are very, very educational, and all of us. And welcome back, Camila, just on time for the discussion. And we had a great educational just now topic, but we can start the discussion just on time. Here is Nina and Jenny.
Hello, it's really nice to be here with you. Thank you.
Great. I imagine that everybody is having the same feeling, because, you know, we are having really topics that that are not good. Like we said in Spain, the next. Very good, very, very inspirational and very educational. We teach, we learn, we share, but more than that, a lot of love, like in a family, because we are a family, we are a spiritual family. And this is what, you know, we just find and feel in this type of environment. Camila, if you want to start the discussion, all yours. But anybody can start. Means now is a great time that we have. I imagine that we have 45 minutes, 43 minutes, if we want to be exact, no?
Thank you so much, Isabel. Thank you for coming in here, as I was in another track, having my speaker time and sharing a practice of how merging into divine presence and anchoring into unity consciousness. So I'm actually want to leave over to you, Linda, that's been here and introducing, and so I will just see what I have been missed here. So I will need to watch this as a recording. So please, Linda, come in and start weaving in these beautiful discussions. And I'm very honored to come in here at this final moment of this panel discussion where we can weave together. But thank you.
Yes, thank you. It has been a very beautiful session, and we have really been kind of weaving through very different topics that has been really inspiring. First, we connected with the intimacy of death. It was really beautiful to connect with, so thank you, Jenny. And we continued with the movement and dance in compassion and trust through you, Åsa. And I'm happy that you are here now, and so we can also see your beautiful face live. Yes, and thank you, Nina, for sharing your importance of being in presence. So yes, and I would love to invite you all to continue this weaving and sharing and yes, how to connect between our hearts and the soul. And yes, or if you maybe have questions to one another's, it's also important, and we can connect. And yes, so anyone who would like to share or sit with something urgent or something you want to put out in the space, you're very welcome. How do you feel, Jenny?
I feel very good. I just been lying here listening to everyone, and it was really beautiful because it all comes down to the same how do you say in English? Kärna, the same core of having the courage to stay in the present and to stay in the heart. And I think all of these talks that we've had here are very connected that way. it's all about being in the presence, even if it's, you know, in silence, or if it's being in presence in your physical movement, or yeah, it was really just really beautiful to hear all of you.
Yeah, thank you, Jenny. The power of just being in your sovereignty, in your presence, then you can kind of be solid and be in your, like, I really follow you there. So and Åsa, do you want to share your beautiful voice here live?
Yeah, do you hear me?
Yes, hear me? We hear you. Yes.
Right. Yes, I also found it really as the same topic we were talking about in different ways. And I found it very beautiful, nice to be able to stay in presence in the end, stay in the heart, and being with people coming to this earth or going from this earth, people or animals. It's also a really big presence. And being in nature is being with the presence. And being in your body is being with your heart and your presence. And it's from there you also find your intuition, when you can start listening in the presence. And also being in the presence means that you will feel more. You will get in touch with your feelings, all kinds of them. Being with death, being with your heart, being with nature, brings you closer to what you have inside. And I think that's the journey, to be able to stay there with what is inside of you, what arises, what experiences and feelings and emotions and thoughts you have. And in this journey, we might need some support, or we do need support. We do need support. We can learn and to have trust to handle it ourselves. But in our way to trust ourselves, we need each other. We need to share with other people, and we need other people's presence beside of us. We need other people's compassion with our experiences and feelings. And that's why we need unity, that we need to meet, and to meet in presence, and to meet without judgment, to meet in compassion. And that might be a bit hard. It might be difficult. So we have to learn. We have to try, make experiences, have teachers and companions, and walk the journey. That's what I think about this for the moment. Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Åsa. Very beautiful said. I really, you know, when we go on our journey, and sometimes we fall, and that's really beautiful to have each other to remind ourselves. And you were speaking so beautifully about trust. You were taking up the word trust a lot. And I feel this is also, you know, being in your presence, and really connect with your heart and the trust. And we can really come together and help each other. Walking our way can be challenging, of course. And yeah, so I really love the way you came back to trust a lot. I felt in your sharing, and that was really beautiful.
Yeah.
So and also, yeah,
I think we need. I mean, we need to have trust in completely new areas, new moments where we have fear. We have to be able to stay with our fear, and being in situations we didn't know before. That's the journey, to step into something that doesn't give me comfort, because I haven't been there before, and I have to achieve trust there. But that needs support to be able to find trust when I have a lot of fear, and that it's okay to have fear. That fear is also an important door that is opening. when we open new doors, we feel fear, and we have to stay in the fear and to have somebody to hold in that moment, or something to hold on to. Thank you.
Thank you, Åsa.
And can I, yeah, it's so beautiful feeling you and sensing you and listening to you here. But my experience is also that we're talking about being present, but merge as divine presence, this level of consciousness. So when we merge as presence, all the lower vibrations can very freely flow through our field without us really need to get so affected by it and not kidnapped, of these fear, consciousness, or whatever that's linked in coming, that we can notice it and observe it with not need to go into it. So we become more intimate. And it's, so isn't it so to, you say, rise the courage is so beautiful, but as merged as divine presence, this state of being, there is no fear. And there is trust because you are merged within beloved Mother, Father, God, or merge as this. And then it's when you lower, there comes lower frequencies, vibrations, lower consciousness is flowing through your fields. If you just can allow those to flow freely through it, you can also release it and let go, because in this time we don't need to cling on to all those old feelings. And when we are here, we also get more intimate, more truth, more in the heart space, more love can flow. Yeah, so it's so when this is the experience and it's Michael, is that also your experience, that as we merge here as divine presence, there is trust? And here we can also bring in all this courage to stand fearless, to keep on walking. And that is like expressed in different ways. Yeah, you're nodding, Nina. Please come in. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm really sensing what you're saying, Camilla, and it's all about trust. And I see trust as a landing place, that we are here to rediscover the trust we already have and to rebuild the connection to the trust we have. And this can be difficult when going through difficulties in life. And these are the challenges we have. But when we are here in this moment experiencing whatever is, even if it's pain and suffering of different kinds, we actually can feel peace no matter what happens.
Yeah.
And that can be controversial or provocative even, but it's possible. I have experienced it myself. I've had a lot of pain and suffering in my life, and I have experienced peace in physical pain and emotional pain. But we need to get into the now moment, to not to hide from it or escape from it. And we know this, but we have a natural tendency to escape because we don't want to feel the pain, of course. So we need to forgive ourselves for wanting to escape over and over again. And in this forgiveness, we stop judging ourselves too. And what if we stop judging? Then we land in this now moment and we don't escape anymore. And the peace is here all the time to be rediscovered. And I think it's time. We are ready to see whatever is happening now within and without. And this has been a lovely day. I've been here on and off. I'm in a coaching class at the same time. We have a class going on, but I'm really happy to be here with you today and experiencing this moment. Thank you.
Thank you. And just another, isn't it so also, maybe you have already talked about this in your sessions, but to relearn or to give the new thoughts or new actions, because we also, many are very interwoven in habits. And, you know, like a defense mechanism can be the creating the dramas and playing it out and allowing that. So it's also about allowing, making new choices in every now moment, yes, and not allowing this old patterns going on, and to choose new and to hold this higher potential vibration in every moment. Yeah. And yeah, that's very beautiful. And it's a journey about, I don't know if you can say life or death, or just the transfiguration of consciousness all the time. What do you say about, what do you say about that, Jenny?
Well, I would say, I would describe it that, you know, life is, it's about accepting the full spectrum of what life serves up, or what life is. And life doesn't come only with light and bright things. It can also come with heavy darkness. And for me, from my own experience, I know that when I go into those moments of darkness, I know there is gold to be found. And for me, I always stick to that as the trust that I accept the darkness, because for me, the universe can't exist with only light. So there has to be, you know, the full spectrum is everything. So, but by holding the trust to, okay, so there's something for me to find here in this darkness, then I can accept it for what it is without getting too much caught up in the drama. And I always try to emphasize that when I talk to people. It's like, it's nothing wrong with, you know, things being heavy or dark, but try to see what you can transform in there and bring it out into the light, because it's about, you know, having like a big kettle and you stir it around and everything is in there, and you have to just, like, when you're present in the moment, it's easier to accept, even when it gets hard. And yeah, that's also, I find the most, you know, that's the human experience is so full of everything that you can't just pick and choose what seems the tastiest or the best at the moment. You just have to accept it all for what it is. And just by doing that, you're in for a wonderful ride. So, and life and death is always present in each moment. There's moments, there's like ingredients of life and death, and we don't see that. And I think that we need to start observing better. We have lost the art to observe. It's like we're taught to look at things and judge them, but we're not really taught how to observe anymore. And I think, but like trying to find a path back to that, what it is, what does it really mean to observe something? Life is going to change, and naturally you're going to be more open to everything that's on the palette. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. When you share, what comes into my space is the reminder of life and death. It's, you know, the circles that you close. That's kind of one circle, and then the next circle opens, and that's like yeah, that's what life and death kind of is. When you share this you came to me, you know, everything is circular. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I also, my experience in my work is also that all of us are looking for freedom. All of us are looking for our source of love and kindness. We all want to make other people happy. And that we can see this in our body wisdom, which is not when it's not ruled by our thoughts of how we should be or how we should move or how we should behave. It has its own way to move towards this moment of this unconditional love. We are moving towards it, and following something hard or dark or fearful in your body often opens that door. It's the other side of it. If you go through it and you use it, I mean, you use it creatively. You don't use it destructively. You use it creatively. It finds its own way because it's your power. It's your life energy looking for ways out. And there can be a lot of happiness out from total rage, for example, because your rage is also part of your life power. If you use it in a creative way, it shows you the way to your divine state, your divine inner truth. If you are not afraid of it, and if we find forms for it, if we find, which has been in human cultures and which is in animals' world, there is ways to handle it. People have been dancing from the beginning because they knew this was the way to solve conflicts inside and in between people, and to find you dance to find connection. You dance to come back to your divinity and to your wholeness and to your unity with everything that is living. Because we all have it inside. Everything is inside. Thank you.
Yeah, so beautifully said, Åsa, and that everyone is carrying their own healing power within. Yeah. Everything can be healed and everyone is holding their own healing power. And I also see that you can see in one way from a duality perspective and another way in a non-duality perspective. As you are merged in the unity consciousness, you might not see death in that way. You might not see that there are no death. They're just a shift in consciousness. And that's like the evolution. And yeah. And also that it's my experience. I want to ask what you feel about this, or how you see it, is that we cannot really solve or transmute the blockages or whatever are there from their same like vibration or same level of consciousness as they came. So you need to rise in consciousness and need to expand in this sphere of love and self-love to actually be able to heal and clear and release. And the movements is, of course, in breath work is so good to release from the dense body, but it's also about this energetic how I say, and the the programmings and the reversals that are within the bodies that are different. You need like different ways of really releasing that, so you're not affected about those programmings. Yeah, and to come to release from this place of love and self-love. Yeah, you're nodding again, Nina. Yeah, sharing is so beautiful, and everyone. So just express. Thank you.
Thank you. I see it as when we see what is going on, if it's a pain we want to heal, and when we see it, we increase the awareness, and the awareness creates the healing, because awareness is the energy, our life force. So, and you just took it to the next level, Camilla, and I love this. And it's all about when we see that we are this power, then we can see that we can do anything. We can heal anything. And again, this can be very provocative, but I think we are ready to see it, that everything is possible with awareness, and we are this awareness. So the expansion is with the light that comes in with the awareness. And again, when we see what is going on, and as humans, we have pains and suffering. And I think also that it's there is nothing that is, everything is for a reason. It's for us to see it and experience it, and both the joy and the pain. So, and it's good we have both. So we have the joy also to experience all the time as in this polarity. And when we see that we can place ourselves in the middle of it and be in the neutral state, and we can see the pain on one side and the joy on the other side, and we can see it from the middle, from our center, and be aware of everything. This is true healing, being in the center and seeing it and experiencing it, because then we allow everything to flow. And this is where the magic happens. So I'm really excited to what is going on with us now, with the world. We are talking about this for a reason now, because we are ready to see that we are all of it. So I'll let somebody else speak now. Thank you for listening.
Well, one of the things that really, I'm seeing right now that is discussed is just the awareness of, we want to be more aware. Everyone. And how we can do it if we are diversity, we are working in unity, because what I'm doing for my healing is not just for me. At the moment that I'm healing myself in any way, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, I'm helping my surroundings. Why this happen? Because the vibration, the energy, we are energy, we are light, we are just beings that not necessarily we are just physically. Yes, we are physically, because we need this body in order to fulfill our mission as human beings, but we forget the other side, that this is the main problem for me. Right now is just, we are aware, but still we need to feel it. Still we need to just see more aware about the potential and that we are. This is my point. And we can talk, I think it's very interesting, this discussion, because that we are talking about ourselves, how to be better, what we did until this point on time, until this present time. And how we are here to share. And sharing, we are learning. When I'm learning, I started studying, because the Aquarian age, the key word of Aquarius is to know. Every astrological sign has a keyword. And the keyword for Aquarius is to know. That's why now everybody we is studying, we have the opportunity to study everything. Before the time of our grandmas or grandmas, no even could just have the possibility to learn how to read and write. And now, who is not going to college is because doesn't want, or he wanna perform whatever, academic stuff, can do it. Why? Well, because every 2000 and more years we go through stages that they call ages, and we are Aquarian age. Before 1948, 2000 years before, a little bit more than 2000 years, we were at the Pisces age. That's why now we are dealing with this ending, still ending. We are 73 years. We have 73 years working with inside of the Aquarian age, but still we are dealing with all the ending. And when it's ending an age, the same than when we go to school and or college or whatever, and we study the ending of a civilization, what happened? It's going down and cycles. And we see that we are a little microcosmos, and we have the macrocosmos, and we can start seeing that everything is connected. And we are ruled by the same laws than the macrocosmos. That's why we need to go and study the secret science that above. And now is the time. That's why all these type of questions, because I'm telling you, when I was just very young, always I was asking questions, but I didn't get the right answer. I was not convinced. Oh, you need to believe it. You need to believe it. And you know what? Now that I started studying why they told me that. No, I'm not agree. This has an answer. No. You need to believe. No, I'm not agree. That's why I run here and there. And yes, everything. Then my ending was, yes, everything has an answer. But I need to find out. But we have so many tools right now that is so beautiful. And this type of event, that's why it's the beauty. Because when we are sharing, we are consciousness about, wow, look what she said. It's true, happened to me the same thing. To know, to learn, we are here for that. And it's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Isabel, for sharing. And what is just also coming up when you're sharing and when I'm feeling into here what is happening, I mean, what we're talking about merging into unity consciousness, it's also about moving from the I into the we. Mm-hmm. And in the beginning of many healing journeys, it's so much about I and me and my pain and my suffering and my feelings. And so many, in my experience, have a very, very deep attachment to the emotional body and to the feelings and live their life through their feelings. And somewhere when we raise in consciousness, we also detach from that and see it another way. And everything got so, personal, like triggers comes and emotion rises. We need to deal with that and deal with that. But as this shift comes and the rise in consciousness, and for me, and I experience with many, when you really realize, oh, but it's nothing personal. This is not about me at all. And then it's like, wow, no. And here I've been playing these games, giving out and living in that way, but it's not about me at all. I just tapped in or linked in a collective stream of consciousness. That's coming here, that's connected with my soul's journey or the soul's journey. So also for me, the Aquarian age that we now are this new earth that when I was living in, or many are walking on the bridge to, or whatever, is about that for me. We go as merge into unity consciousness, oneness, then we leave the I. We leave this personal attachment to everything and go into this universal seeing and universal love, and to see it with other eyes. So that is why, when you said, Isabel, like when I was younger, I want to know, I want to, but now we can relax into this. It's nothing personal. As we merge into oneness, unity, we actually rest in peace and stillness, and even though there comes emotion, of course, because now these huge clearings of so much denser energies that we clear through our bodies and through our feelings, through the whole collective field, as we really are working through, and that is heavy. But if we can detach from this, is nothing personal, and whatever is rising for me, I just see it with these golden eyes as a way of releasing. And then we like also working together as unity. It's not like we're going into something, we merge as in that way. So that's been for many my experience and also myself on my journey to understand, but wow, this is not personal at all. To detach from that is very huge relief, actually, and you can rest in another way. Then your body, your nervous system, your whole energy field rests, and you access deeper places within. So yeah, this is how I see what we are here for as we merge. I mean, we have this all fragrances, this uniqueness, and I'm really feeling, sensing everyone's here, what we're putting into this huge group field, and how that makes the fullness and completion. And everyone is so important, and as important as we are all equals, and bringing important pieces for the whole. And that I find so magical of being here together.
This is interesting. I want to share with you. I started to just be a volunteer. That everybody, we are volunteers doing this, beautiful, job as a moderator, as a speaker. I started no long time ago. I would like not to say that, because I think everybody, we belong to the same group spiritually, but just to understand each other, we need to say, oh, I belong to this group, I belong to, okay. I'm part of an international group, but besides that, for 47 years, and still, I start my spiritual path. But when a friend of mine called me and said, you want to give a lecture, a speech in representing US, because I live in New York. I say, yeah, sure. Oh no, because we like that woman, blah, blah, blah. I don't have too many women at this moment. I say, yeah, no problem. Okay. And I did. And after that, I worked with my husband for 15 years in Spain. And we opened 60 centers, cultural centers, right? There are not religious, there are not political, just tools for the new age. And this is starting in 1948, right? Now we talk about tools for the new age and say, wow, everybody's familiar, right? At that time, I didn't have any idea what was yoga. For me, it was like, what? Is it gymnastic or what it is, right? Okay, passed the time, and we left from Spain with my husband. That I met him because came with a group of disciples with one master that became my spiritual master, still is my spiritual master. And we were 15, we become like a couple, right? After all, to make long story short. And we opened 60 centers in Spain, some in Europe. Okay, they told us to come to US because we didn't come for tourism or nothing, but for spiritual reasons. And what happened with the work we did? It slowly disappeared. When I was going to Spain, where is the people? The Aram that we did here and there, nothing, boom, 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 boom. It's like a tsunami, disappear, like in 30 years more, boom, nothing. Talking about detachment, how important it is. Because you know what? Everything is for something, as you said, resonates, everything that you said resonates on my personal experience. And when after in 2020 that we did, Amrita also, she did in Africa, I did in US, and some people that we are, now getting together in order to help in this case, the GTF, we did in 2020. And really, I said, okay, that's it. It's just a talk, 15 minutes is good. I did. I got my stuff from the recorder video, everything good. They sent me a WhatsApp, Dr. Yugandhar. I said, you want to help? And I said, means you want me to give another lecture? Says, well, next year, 2021, I'm telling you, it's like short, still, is there. It's for not so long that I know this movement. And
Sorry,
we're going to do 4 countries.
Please,
and guess what? Yes.
we're starting to run out of time. So if you can just come to the.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
I'm talking about
sharing.
yeah. I want to get to the point that still we have 8 minutes. No, okay. I'm counting the time. We are on time, but we have time. We have time. 8 minutes is like, I'm not going to take the 8 minutes. My point to you is that we ask all the time to the universe. I want this, I want that, I want, you know what? The universe, you know that all of you, you know that is listening to us, but sometimes it's not giving us what we want, but what we need. And this is my last point in order to make this long story that can be books about things that, but no, this is the main point that I want to end with this, because the time. You have 7 minutes more.
Well, thank you so much, Isabel. It's such a beauty for hearing and sharing your personal story. It tells so much in the symbolism. Yeah. But I would really love to give space for everyone to just have a closing minute or moment and just, you know, like a last sharing or something, so we can close this beautiful space. Yeah. Do you want to start, Linda? You know, like.
Yeah, it's just what vibrates in me still is actually what you also touched, Camilla, about we were talking about, you know, so much about healing and it's not personal. And I really love to come to that stage when it's not personal and anything's just cracks up and it's like, yeah, it's and it's just this feeling of humbleness and just whatever it is, I'm here in service. I'm here in service. I'm here as a divine human to be here together, evolving consciousness together. And that's when you just tap into that, the heart just expands, and it's so beautiful. And this is the time we are in now, and the huge, yeah, what you share about healing, you know, about the higher vibrations needed to really. I don't know, the name is heal, but really to clear and cleanse eons and eons and eons and times. And that's why we are here as these channels, or as these, you know, our personal, but so much about the collective and coming together. And yeah, so it's like, it's yeah, that's what I felt merging together now after this beautiful session. That's why I am here and we are here, and why we are here together in this festival too, I feel, to be in service actually. So thank you.
Beautiful, Linda. Yeah, Åsa.
Yeah, just a short materialistic thought is to, I hope you can see my video without hacking once. That will give you a more peaceful experience, because it was hacking a bit now. And when you spoke, Jenny, I thought about this. There's a book about the dödelse. A friend of mine wrote it, also from experience. When my daughter left, she was Earth. She was born and died in the same moment. So that she really showed the connection between the two worlds. And this is a book about following people to the other side. Maybe that could give some kind of connection, people working with the same thing. Mm. And to me, it's been great to connect with people working in the same direction. And I heard the word heart all the time. I heard the word, come back to my heart. Inside my heart, there are all possibilities. Inside my heart, I know the way. Inside my heart, I know the truth. Inside my heart, I am divine. And I'm very happy to hear that and to feel that connection with all of you. Thank you.
Beautiful, Åsa. And thank you also for sharing this book. Maybe you can put it in the group or something so it could be shared to many. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Jenny.
Yes, just a few quick words on that, to touch base with what you said about not take things personal. And it just came to me how, you know, when I started my journey, it was very self-centered, the path of healing. And I think maybe it has to be in the beginning, but then he has slowly started to turn out towards helping others. And with that also, it comes, you know, going from competing with others to celebrating others, and especially with women, and how healing that is when I finally just one day realized that I have dropped the competition. And there's a huge freedom in this. And that's where we can find this, you know, unite ourselves, when we can celebrate each other's uniqueness instead of competing with each other. So I would like to end with that, to because that's also from the heart. Yeah, when I speak from my heart, I can encourage others to speak from their hearts, and then it turns into magic. So I'm really grateful to have been here with all of you, and thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Beautiful. And Nina.
Thank you. Oh, I'm really touched, because I can feel that we are really opening up a lot of space here, and it's quite difficult to put into words in this moment. But what came to me now is that the most important thing we can do now is to be. So the greatest doing is all about being. So it's like making the shift, and that's what we all are doing now, is about seeing what is and being what is. And from this being, we know what to do. So it's like backwards. Instead of doing and then be, we be first. Because this is where we experience and explore more about our nature, our true nature. And for me, this has been a wonderful day. And I'm so glad to have been connected to all of you. And let's keep in touch. And many blessings to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Nina. And maybe you, Isabel, have also a short closing here.
Well, just to say thank you, and be in love and peace. Thank you.
Yeah, I also want to thank you all and honor you all for really shining your beautiful light and being here together, weaving, merging, as coming together in unity. There's so much peace here and joy, and to come and celebrate each other. So I'm really honored to sharing this space together with you all. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, beloved sisters. And as we close this beautiful session, thank you also, Linda. We're starting to invite the next session, and Stina, that is coming here, another beloved sister. So what we do, I want to honor what has been shared here for just a short moment, to stay and allow the integration of what has just been shared, because there's so much love being here. So if we stay and just allow this to be received and integrated, so much wisdom and so beautiful weaving, and so this love, truth, uniquenesses. So that's the flower that is really blooming, and the magic that happens when we come together as one. Yeah.